In this video, I wanted to talk about what Clifton Strengths or your Gallup StrengthsFinder results reveal to you about your specific needs. See, that's not something that people typically think about when they refer to their results. They're usually thinking about their top 5, what strengths are connected to them, maybe what domains their talent themes land in. But I'd say that that's barely scratching the surface. As I've mentioned to you before, it wasn't until the 3rd time that I took the test after I left my previous career that I chose to go through some in-depth training. And when I did, I was completely in awe of what my results revealed to me that I'd never really known before. One of those things was identifying my specific needs. And I have to admit, that's something that I'd never even thought about before. And because of that, I created something for you. I'll talk more about it and how to access that as we get further through this video. Now, needs are something that most people never really think about. They're so focused on what needs to get done or what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis that they put knowing themselves on the back burner. I mean, you might hear phrases like, I need a break, or I need a vacation, I need to know what's going on, I need a drink, I need sleep, I need to start eating better. They're phrases that include the word need, but they're not actually needs. They're just things that people say. Some of them are habits, and others are just general statements that don't really have any vulnerability. They're just something people say because it's relatable. But none are individualized needs specific to the person making the statement. Knowing what your specific needs are requires a deep level of self-awareness, and sharing your needs requires trust. It's not that common to be so open, and people are craving this. I mean, just look at the popularity of authors and speakers such as Brené Brown, who focus on topics like vulnerability and shame. So what happens if your needs aren't met? Well, that's when you start to suffer. It's so common that I actually have a more in-depth lesson in this on what your Clifton Strengths results can reveal about your specific needs in my online course. See, people are so busy trying to be independent or self-sufficient that they're sacrificing their own needs. They're comparing themselves to the people around themselves. They're pushing themselves forward, and they don't want to be seen as weak or needy. They don't even bother knowing what their needs are. Nobody else is talking about their personal needs, so why would they have any? But when your needs aren't met, you get tired, moody, irritable, and run down. The quality of your work suffers, as does your attitude, your decision making, and even your relationships. Some people burn out or their health suffers altogether. So that's what this video is about. How can you learn about your specific needs? The clues are in your Clifton Strengths results. Look at your top 5 or your top 10 results. Each one of those talent themes has its own need. Is your life giving you the opportunity to satisfy those needs? And think about it, we're talking about your unique results combination. That means that your needs are equally as unique. We're not just looking at the list of needs. We're looking at how those individual needs combine to make even more specific needs, specific to who you are. For example, my number 1 and number 2 talent themes are connectedness and relator. People who have connectedness have a need to be part of something bigger than themselves, whether it's a family, a group, an organization, a community, or thinking about humanity as a whole. And those who have relator have a need for time and opportunity for one-on-one interactions. So not only are both of those individually my needs, but a combination of those are in my list of needs as well. So when I look at my relationships, I need opportunity to be able to talk about my connection to bigger things, or how things relate to the bigger picture, to different relationships in my life. Doesn't have to be all relationships, but at least some of my relationships I need to be able to talk about and share those things. A lot of times some of you watching will contact me with questions, or you have a request for work. And rather than me going back and forth in emails where communication could be lost in writing, the relator in me will find it a lot easier to send you an email and say, hey, let's find a time that works for both of us to chat about it. And that's because my relator's looking for that one-on-one time for me to better get to know you and understand you. The better context I have, the better I can answer your question, which sometimes gets lost in writing for me. So this example is just looking at my top 2 talent themes. We're getting really specific as to what I need to do my best job. So imagine what happens if I bring in themes 3 through 5 or 3 through 10. How many more needs, how specific can we get about what I need to really bring my best, to be at my best and really thrive? Now, before we get to that resource that I've created for you, if you're enjoying this topic, getting deeper on what your Clifton Strengths results can reveal to you, do me a favor and hit the like button. That's gonna help me better understand what topics you're finding interesting and helpful to you. In fact, if you have any requests for topics, go ahead and feel free to include them in the comments below. So rather than just talking generally about what Clifton Strengths can reveal about your needs, I created a resource for you where you have the full list of talent themes and sample needs for each one of those talent themes. So not only will you be able to better identify your specific needs, this could also help you get a better understanding of what might be the needs of the people around you. And remember, don't just look at the needs listed. Think about how each one of those individual items combine to create even more specific needs. To get that reference sheet, go to the link in the description below. The power in understanding your Clifton Strengths results is knowing how, when, and where to use them to be the most effective and to give you an opportunity to thrive. Ultimately, what we're talking about here is what's a right fit for you. Not all options, including careers, jobs, environments, and even relationships, are created equal. Identifying your specific needs are going to help you get clearer on what criteria is a right fit for you. Are you somebody who needs time to think? Then a fast-paced, high-pressured environment is not a right fit for you. Are you somebody who likes variety and spontaneity? Then a strict, highly process-oriented role is not a right fit for you. Are you somebody who leads with strong relationship-building themes? Then being in a relationship with somebody who doesn't appreciate that about you is not the right fit for you. It's going to drain you. But if you're not clear that you have different needs than other people, you may be wondering what's wrong with you. Why can't you just shake it off and fit in? Knowing your needs is critical for your success, your happiness, and your good health, especially in the long run. Take advantage that your Clifton Strengths results reveal and give you clues to identifying what your specific needs are. Go ahead and download that resource that I mentioned earlier. The link to it is in the description below. I want to thank you for joining me in this video. If you enjoy topics like these, focusing on your talents, your strengths, or making your individuality work for you, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. You can go back and check out the videos that are already there for you. In the meantime, you can check out these videos here, including this one on your talent themes and how your talents mix. That's why your needs are so specific to who you are. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.